We're taking back Nerdom. We are going to react today to some of these Snyder stuff. Now, I'm no Snyder fanboy.
Are we
Yeah.
retake number one?
Cut!
Yeah.
Some Zack Snyder stuff come out. Apparently, the Zack Snyder Cut is going to be a 4-hour movie.
Yep. They were going to do they were going to break it down into a mini series, but I think they just decided with everybody's work schedules and everything, and then barely getting them in to do reshoots, that it would just be more suitable just to make it a movie.
Basically, it's going to go from 2 hours of crap to 4 hours of crap.
Maybe. I mean, you don't got to be a Snyder fanboy or not to appreciate DC. I mean, we've had Marvel, we've had a good run of Marvel.
I don't appreciate Zack Snyder.
If you have a love for comics, you would want to see DC succeed. I mean, you can't just have one brand.
I want DC to succeed. I don't want Zack Snyder to succeed.
But I mean, if he succeeds and has a good showing, that's going to overall help DC, whether you like him doing it further on or not. He's already said he's not going to do any further projects. There's no other projects. Even if this does well, there's no hints going around that he's actually going to do anything beyond this. I mean, I think he just wants to put out the product that he started and, not be known for the product that was released. I mean, we all know that the product that was released was bamboozled by a lot of execs at Warner Brothers. That's not me fairy tailing. That's actually, you can fact check that all over the planet, that it was discovered that these people shammed that movie out in a hurry to get bonuses. That's why they were all canned. That's why they wanted the movie cut from 3.5 hours that he had previously made and rated R to under 2 hours, so it hit all the theaters. And they had some contract in play to where if they got that movie out before the end of the fiscal year, that they would get these wild bonuses. And the dude was halfway out the door anyway. And they just crapped on the movie. It was not only a crap on the studio, it was crap to us fans. We wanted to see a Justice League movie. I mean, it's not us saying, oh, Marvel sucks. I like Marvel. I'm one of the few people you'll find that like Marvel and DC. But I would like to see, and this whole idea of turning DC into Marvel, that doesn't work for me. I don't want to see the same thing with different brand names on it. I would love to see Marvel how it's being played out right now, but then get a darker side with DC. That would give kind of like a difference. I don't want to have a comparison between the two or a fight. I just want to go see good comic book movies. And a lot of people do. I mean, the movie that we got, and I'm going to say this, a lot of people hate on Joss Whedon for a lot of things. But no one should hate on him for that movie. He was given 4 months to do it. 4 months to take a 3.5 hour rated R movie, try to pull actors that are already in new projects, and trim it down to 2 hours and make it PG. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, and we already know Joss Whedon can make good superhero movies. He made Avengers. He made Age of Ultron. This man used to write comic books for Marvel. He knows what he's doing. But given only 4 months, there's no way. If they really cared, if someone really cared about making Justice League a good movie and they wanted to just kind of redo it, they would have did what he suggested and give him 8 months, give him a year. Let him just redo the movie from scratch. They wouldn't do it. And it's all the line pockets. It's a shame because now people are going to be hard-pressed to trust DC movies. I mean, luckily, some have, and we've seen success with some of the movies like, Aquaman. Aquaman, I wouldn't have thought Jason Momoa would have been a great Aquaman person, but the movie was pretty decent. It really gave you a big, deep world in the trenches and everything.
Yeah.
What do you think, Adam?
I think it's going to be trash.
Whatever.
Anyways, we saw the brand new, Zack Snyder is Gothic Michael Bay. He's all visuals and no substance. Trash.
I mean, you take a look at his work, and what I'll say this.
Yep, I'll look at it. Sucker Punch. Trash.
300.
Half trash.
What was the other half?
Huh? Visually awesome. As I'm saying, he makes visual porn and substance-wise, it's all trash.
Let's take the movie that he probably, comic book-wise, I felt he did well on. Let's take Man of Steel. The biggest complaint I had with Man of Steel, and I stay by this.
Well, that he doesn't know the characters.
No, there was characters.
He doesn't know them.
It was whiplashy. And what I mean by that is, I believe Zack Snyder is probably one of the greatest as far as visual effects, visuals in movies, person there is. I think he does a really good job of creating visuals. And I think his ideas for storytelling are great. My problem with Zack Snyder is he doesn't know how to take them ideas and put them in a movie to where they make sense and they coalesce and they're smooth. And what I'm going to say about Man of Steel is this. When you watch the beginning of it, most people can agree the Krypton part was pretty cool. There was not a lot of problems with that. But it's when you get into after that, when you start seeing these flashback scenes and how they were put in place, to me was just a horrible, horrible use of flashbacks. And it was a horrible use of Pa Kent. I mean, you had Kevin Costner, for Pete's sakes, playing Pa Kent, and you use him like that. Why couldn't you just, how long would it have been? It would have been what was a Superman Return was made in 2006. Yeah. This was made in 2013. There was about a 6 or 7 year gap. Why not have just gave them a 20 or 30-minute run with Pa Kent and just kind of, at the beginning of this age, then this age, and kind of do the slow the quick transition into where he is now.
Yeah.
And that would have made more sense. And then on top of it, the Kryptonian fight between Superman and the two Kryptonians was amazing. But the problem I will say for this was they spent too much budget on that scene. So when we got the Zod scene at the end, they capped it. And if it had been me, they should have made that scene there smaller and used the bigger amount of budget on the scene at the end. I mean, there was rumors that Zod was going to try to grab the moon and throw it at the earth. How cool would that have been? That would have been spectacular. And I get it. They were trying to make a modern Superman. But what does everybody expect to see in a Superman movie? What does everybody know Superman to be? The Boy Scout, the Savior. You want to see him save people. You want him to see save things. It's cool to see him fight. I get it. All the other old Superman movies were so reliant on Lex Luthor, and it was never him fighting a foe. It was more or less fighting ideas and fighting plans. But my gosh, where was the save scenes in this movie? Where was him putting a cat out of a tree? I mean, them things matter in a Superman movie, in my opinion. That's what makes Superman Superman.
Pulling cats out of trees.
Something, Oh, you know what I mean. Example here.
But I guess the biggest talking point this week about the Zack Snyder cut is that we're getting an extended Joker thing, and they're doing away with a lot of the damaged look. He looks like the Crow. We're getting the Crow Joker.
Well, to be fair, Adam, even Ben Affleck and a couple other actors come out and said this. He got screwed over in Suicide Squad. Apparently Jared Leto had shot almost 30 minutes of rated R Joker, and they cut it. And a lot of people don't know this. You can go look this up online. Joker was supposed to be the main villain of Suicide Squad. Supposed to be.
Yeah.
But then you got these execs come on in because they know what's best. And we got what we got from Suicide Squad, which was a horrible use of all the talent that we had in that movie. I mean, I'm glad they brought back Amanda Waller for the other one. I kind of wish, Will Smith would have come back and played Deadshot. I kind of liked his Deadshot. They gave actually a story in there at the beginning with his daughter and everything, and they built him up, and now we don't have him. That was kind of weird. And Harley Quinn, she does a good job. I wasn't a big fan of the Birds of Prey movie. I'm serious. I wasn't. I couldn't even finish the whole movie. I was like, what is this? But I don't think Margot Robbie was the problem in the role. I just think the way it was written was not very great. And that's not a hate on the people that played in the movie. And I know everybody film is subjective. Some people like some movies, some people don't. Just for me as a comic book fan, I didn't appreciate it. I didn't like it.
So Zach, when does that come out?
March. They're supposed to be dropping a new trailer actually on Valentine's Day. And they dropped a new scene. I don't know if some of the viewers here have seen this. You can look it up. It's actually really cool. It's, the scene in the Justice League where Steppenwolf goes and tries to get the cube from the Amazons. And they try to run off and try to keep it from him.
God. The Amazons beat him up or whatever.
The new scene.
Yeah, it's all CGI fighting.
It might be CGI fighting, but the new scene is freaking spectacular. You just have to go see it.
CGI mess.
Well, all comic book movies are CGI.
No.
Yeah.
But not a CGI mess.
I don't want to talk about CGI messes. Marvel's had their own.
No, they haven't.
Let's look at Ang Lee's Hulk. Have you seen that movie?
That's before the MCU.
Is it still Marvel?
That's before. It's not still Marvel.
What comic book movie made that movie?
Sony.
Marvel. Marvel's name all over.
No.
They own the rights to the Hulk. They allowed it. The point I'm making is this: the new look from all this. It looks like we're going to get a really decent Justice League. That even if it's not the greatest movie ever, it'll be a heck of a lot better than what we got.
We are taking back Nerdum. Okay.
I go to art house cinemas several nights a week. I blog about the classics and buy the DVDs. Directors don't know who I am or care that I exist, but I defend their work for hours at parties when I'm pissed. Media, I gave you all the best years of my life. I tell the world about you on social network sites. When I'm not consuming you, I'm telling others too, and wishing I could hang around the people